Hi, I'm Tom with the FCB Launch channel, and in this video I will show you how the path array tool works in the draft workbench in FreeCAD. I'm using FreeCAD 1.1 in this tutorial. And the example I will show you is this one where I have this road object, and along the road I want to create these lamps. And they should be all along the road. So if I go to the end, you can see that the lamps are all along, and these are created by a path array object. So let's close this end file, and let's have my start file where I've got just the road and a simple lamppost which is placed here. And the path array in the draft workbench is in this array dropdown, and here we have got the path link array and path array, which are very similar. I will talk about later about the differences, but I recommend to use the path link array. And to create the array along a path, we have to have the object that we want to array along the path, and then the path, which can be one continuous draft object like line or wire, but it could also be a sketch. And here I created the road by using the road alignment, which is basically a sketch of two lines and one arc. And I will use this road alignment object for the path array. So now I will hide it. I will show the road, and let's create the array of the lamps. So to create the path array, I will first select the object that I want the array to be created out of, and then with Control I will select the path. So now in my case is the alignment. When I have these objects selected in this order, I will click this drop down and fire up the path link array tool. Now the path array object is created, and you can see if I zoom out that it created already 4 lamps along the line. So we have to adjust the path array, and you can see that the array is created as a parametric object, where this is the base and then the path array object. And now first off, what I want to do is change the number of objects in the array. So I will select the array, scroll down here, and here is the count. So I could change the count in the spacing. I will change it to, let's say, 15, hit enter, and now there are 15 lamps in the same distances from start to the end of the road alignment object. Now this is nice, and sometimes it might be very useful, but here I know that I want to have 30 meters in between each of the lamps. So instead of fixed count for the spacing mode, I will click here and I would choose fixed spacing. If I click away, you can see that I have an information that operation would generate too many objects. This is because the default spacing is set to 0.02 meters. So I will change this to 15, hit enter, and you can see that now I've got one lamp every 15 meters. And I said I want to have them every 30 meters. So I will set them to every 30 meters. So now you can see it starts here and it's every 30 meters. So here it was less than 30 meters. So the position here is kind of empty. So this is actually what I want. Now if I didn't want to start here, but let's say 5 meters from the start of my road, I would select the start offset and I would change it to 5, so I could move the first object in relation to the start of the path object. Okay, so we've got the bases covered, and now I actually want to fine-tune the placement of each of the lamp. First of all, I want to move them next to the road so they are not in the middle of the road. And then also, if I take a look from the top view, here the lamp is aligned okay in this direction, but it stays aligned in this direction throughout the whole array. So this is not correct. I want to make it change the direction in a tangential way to the alignment object. So how will we do that? We will again go to the properties of the path array, and here we by default the align option is unchecked, so the objects are not aligned to the changes of the path, but I actually want to enable this. So I will enable alignment, and you can immediately see that something happened to the lamppost. They are lying on the ground. It takes a bit of fine-tuning to align the objects, but for us, what will work is this force vertical option, which uses the default vertical axis of the object and forces it to be vertical for the array. So this works for us. But now we want to also rotate the lamp. And this is not possible with the align mode original, which is less flexible, but you can see that for some arrays it might work because the objects are aligned according to where the path is going. So this might be enough for you, but for us we need to rotate the lamp. And for that, there are other align modes. The Frened mode is kind of a strange. It always makes the objects along the path. So, and it also rotates them around the path, like so. I'm not actually sure how this works in detail, but for our purposes, the tangent option will work well, because when I use tangent, I have another option here, new. This is not possible with the other two, and that's the tangent vector. And it's set to x to be 1. And if I change the x to 0 and y to 1, you can see that the objects are tangent to the path in the y-axis. I could also change it to z. You might have to play with these tangent directions, but hopefully you will be able to make it work for you. So you can see that even this last lamp post is oriented in the right way. So now we have got this array looking fine, and we want to move the lamp post in this direction. And the road is 4 meters wide, so we will want to move it 5 meters in this direction, so it's next to the road. And this is the option again in the alignment. It's the extra translation. And this might be again hit and miss, because if I type in 5 meters into x-axis, it actually now works for me, but it's in the wrong direction, so I want it to be -5. So now the lamps are placed correctly all along the road. So this is the setup of our path array of lamps along the road. Now, of course, I would want to have the lamps also on the other side of the road, so I may actually use this original lamppost with control click, select the alignment object, and instead of the path link array, which I recommend, I will use the path array, and you will see that it behaves basically exactly the same as the path link array. So the setup will be the same. I will actually change the fixed spacing, and the spacing unit will be 30, and a start offset I will make it 20, so it's offset from the other half of the other side of the road. And then I would choose align, I will choose force vertical, and align mode I will choose tangent, and the tangent vector I think it should be again y. And actually if we set the y to -1, it will be rotated 180 degrees compared to if the y is set to 1, so it will be good for us for these which will be in this opposite way. And again the extra translation will be 5 meters minus 5 meters in the x-axis. So we have got these offset, another path array of offset lamps. Now let me show you another fine-tuning option of the offset, and that is we can use spacing patterns. So not every lamp will be in the same distance. We can actually set the offset, the spacing pattern, and it's set up here, and you can already see that these lamps are in a different offset than were the 30 meters, because these numbers are multiplied by the spacing unit. So if I have 1 and 2, it means between these two it's 1 unit, the 30 meters, and between these two it's 2 units, so 60 meters. Then again 1 unit, 2 units, 1 unit, 2 units. And I can set this up. So I could, if I change the spacing unit to 15, and I could change the space pattern to maybe, let's say here, I could make it 4, and then again 1, 2, 4, and actually the last one has to be like so. So I will click OK, and now you can see this pattern. If I click away, that this is the 1 distance, then there's 4, then there's 1, then there's 2, then there's 4, and then again it's 1, 4, and then it starts again. So you can make crazy patterns using this spacing pattern option. This is really nice. I will disable the spacing pattern. And what I have not shown you is this fixed count and spacing option. If I select this one, this makes object with using the spacing unit. So again, if I did the 30 again, it will be like so, but I set up the count by count, so it may not go from the beginning to the complete end. So if I change the count to 5, I will have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lamps with this spacing of 30 meters. So this is again a quite nice option, but for us this default one was actually the fixed spacing was the best for our purpose. Okay, now let me show you an important thing, and that is how to break down the array into individual objects, because now I cannot work with, let's say, this lamp alone. I work with the array as a one object, and if I wanted to work with these lamps as an individual object, I would actually select the array and use this draft downgrade tool. If I fire up the tool, the object is downgraded into individual lamps, and let's say I can select this one and delete it. So this is also quite useful. I will actually, yep. Now let me also show you the difference between the path array and path link array. And actually for that I will create basically a simple line and then a circle, and I will select the circle, then the line, and I will create a path array, the simple one, and I will make the count, let's say 8, and you can see that the circles are overlapping with the default one, the path array, we have the option to actually use the fuse option. If I check the fuse option, you can see that the overlapping areas or solid parts will be joined into one object. So this fuse option only works with the path array. It does not work with the path link array. But the path link array is much more easier on your computer resources. So if you know that you won't be using this fuse option, it's recommended to use the path link array, because then your files will be much more performant, especially when you have got a lot of objects in your arrays. Okay, so this is all you need to know about the draft path array tool in FreeCAD. This lamppost example I think is nice for explaining all the options that path array offers you. If you like tutorials like this one, consider supporting the FCB Launch channel by donating through the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description box below. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.